Hey, welcome to another brand new episode of Live FX Trading with your host, Peeling Mindset. So, welcome to another brand new episode. So, we are live on YouTube side by side. So, I think my New York session for today is actually done. I've taken a trade already, and man, oh man, turned out to be an amazing trade. So, right at this point in time, I mean, it's just a matter of, you know what, I'm going to call it a day in the next few minutes. I'm going to answer some of the question from anybody there, but I've taken this trade in and ended up in profit. So this was long before the stream. Beautiful, beautiful trade today. So I'm going to show you guys what I took. So this is my Dominion account. Sometimes the market moves late. Sometimes the market moves early. This was the trade I took. So my trade from, I don't know if the Zoom guys can see it, but the YouTube guys can see it. So this was the trade from Asian session. I was happy with like 7 pips. And this is the trade I took today. So bang, beautiful. From 5065. So I was actually looking for sales below 151505, but I took an early trade around 151506. And then just started stacking, just started compounding the profit. Just compound with volume, with momentum, because I was expecting price to move down. I mean, beautiful session today. Beautiful, beautiful session. Beautiful volume too, to be honest. Very regular volume, This is Monday, but honestly, it's so consistent volume. So the price from Asian session, I actually caught a sell around Asian session too. So from around Asian session, it has been all the way bearish. All the way bearish. I mean, obviously, the London market pushed up, grabbed its premium price, and it's dropping the candles down, which does kind of make sense. But man, oh man, beautiful. Kevin says, can you explain your reasoning behind taking this trade? All right, so very easy, Kevin, pretty easy. So what happened was my bias was a bearish bias, right? My bias from an overall time frame was a bearish bias. There was a clear traffic on the left-hand side. From a 4-hour point of view, on the left-hand side, look at this. Look at the left-hand side. I mean, the price was oversupplied around here, right? So we obviously know oversupplied over there. There was some sort of support price. Price actually pushed all the way up. But guess what? This was the previous oversupplied demand area, or a strong demand area. So for the price to move in some sort of cycle, for the price to move in some sort of order flow, I mean, it has to fall down, or it has to start pushing down from somewhere, right? So this apparently, so from the last week, this was the area that the price was rejecting pretty heavy. So my bias was getting stronger and stronger, stronger and stronger. You know how? Because today's market opened up with a gap, and the gap actually suggested that, you know what, this gap was a continuation gap. And a lot of people don't know about continuation gap. Now, if you research a little bit, if you read a lot of trading books, you'll get to know that some of the writers, some of the experienced traders out there, they look at gaps as a very important technical tool, technical analysis tool. Now, this gap from the Asian session today was my mark. Now, this gap right here helped me build a bearish bias, right? Just looking at the gap alone. But you know what? I was actually looking at the 4-hour candles formation. This 4-hour candle had a very huge long wick on the top. I mean, it's like grabbing liquidity, obviously grabbing liquidity, so pushing down. This 4-hour candle, feel the wick started pushing down and gave us some sort of wick on the downside, telling us that, you know what? If this is the demand area from before, there's a higher chance price is going to dip in it. So this wick on the downside was only telling me that, you know what, this 4-hour candle was going to dip down. And guess what happened? It dipped down all the way down. And guess what happened again? So this 4-hour candle, the previous 4-hour candle, actually closed with wick on the downside, telling us there's a higher chance for the price to push down. And guess what happened? This 4-hour candle pushed all the way down. I mean, it hasn't filled the wick completely, because obviously this is an active demand area as before, but the demand area has been dipped in. And my anticipation was only a pre-New York volume, man. Thank God. I mean, I'm always early to my work, but today I was extra early to my work. I was just viewing my chart, and everything kind of makes sense. So this analysis So I will tell you what, this 151.505 sort of analysis was given in my group earlier on. So this is my group on Discord, right? So this is my Discord group, obviously Peeling Mindset community. And this was the trade I gave out early on. So I told to my guys that, you know what, there's a sell coming below 151.505. And to make the chart simple, guess what happened? The candles are making lower low, lower high. I was anticipating the price to test the lower low. This was the lower low. And the bias was sell, 100% sell. No doubt it was a buy. It was 100% a sell. The London volume pushing the prices up to grab the premium price or to spike up. That was only to push the prices down. So this was the lower low. As you can see, this analysis was sent before. And guess what happened? I took a trade below 151.505 sort of area. I mean, I actually took a trade from 151.506 because I saw the price rejecting the top with its wick, and the potential lower low that was sent to the group early on got tested. 100% tested. 100% tested. Ooh, Kevin wants to join in the group. Okay, so just message me, Kevin. Just message me on Slack. Find me on Slack. On Slack, my name is Anuj, Peeling Mindset. So if you can find me, we will talk about it. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. I will take care of you. Yeah, I mean, our group, we send analysis every time. We send analysis every time. And every time, look at this. Guess what happened? Everything is explained. Bang, bang, bang. And I mean, beautiful, right? It's actually beautiful. And I posted my profits too. I mean, just to tell the guys, hey man, the trade is over. So it was beautiful. So it worked. It beautiful worked. So pretty simple trade. Nothing. I would say nothing advanced in this trade. Pretty simple. And it's a great start. Kevin says, wow, great start for you. Yes, this week is going to be great. I can feel it. This week is going to be great. And I am on my extra, I would say, so once in a while, we always need to recap. And once in a while, we always need to reset ourselves. You know, and I've done this on my own personal psychological reset. And I was talking to myself. And I was kind of, I would say, revising some of my risk management tools, ideas. And this week I'm going full on, or I'm going to compound as much as I can. I'm going to compound as much as I can. All right, so looks like on YouTube, Nistru has sent the chart. So let's look at Nistru's chart. So if you guys don't know, Nistru is a name from my country. Nistru Gautam. He's a Nepalese brother. He's a Nepalese brother. Let me have a look. So let's look at Nistru's plan here. All right, so this is Nistru's chart. So Kevin says, oh, I was about to say that doesn't sound Australian. oh wow. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't sound Australian. He's from my hometown, Nistru. As a pound JPY, he's looking at buys above that level, sells above this level, sells below this level. I think, Nistru, you know what I think? I mean, your charting idea is fine, and it's actually amazing how you're fluid with biases, right? You're telling me you're ready to take a buy, you're ready to take a sell, which is pretty cool. But guess what? If you're now thinking about sell, hopefully it works for you. But the momentum, I mean, the momentum may be carried on, as we know that the candles push up like as if it's climbing a stair, and pushes down as if it's going in an elevator. We obviously know that. But guess what happens? From today's Asian session, the price has been bearish, full on bearish, right? So it hasn't even taken any chance to retrace, not even 50%. So the price opened up from here, right? Sorry, where did the price open from? Yep, somewhere around here. So today's market opened up from 151,890, and it has fallen down in about 60 pips. and it hasn't even retraced 50%. I mean, actually, London session, it retraced 50%. But guess what happened? The New York market's not going to be happy about this price. So the New York market wants its piece of the pie, or it wants the market to grab its premium price. So GJ, sort of an instrument, usually retraces. So if you're looking for buy, maybe that buy is going to be a scalping opportunity. Just be careful. But if you're looking to take sell, that sell could be a late sell, honestly, because the pre-New York move has happened already. You know, I've taken a trade already. I mean, I'm happy with my profit. Hopefully, if you guys plan to take trades, just be extra, I would say, alert on risk management, because it's Monday again at the same time. And Monday is sort of like a setup sort of a day for the whole week, right? And if today the market wants to grab some sort of liquidity, we don't know the overall direction. My bias from a daily point of view, from a 4-hour point of view, 2-hour point of view, 1-hour point of view is still bearish. Don't get me wrong, it's still bearish. Hopefully you can catch something. But for sells, I mean, I think it's going to be a little bit late sells, because the low has been tested. This was the low. This was the potential low. I mean, before, I'll show you one more time. This was the group, and I sent the analysis, right? So look at this. This was the low. Pretty obvious this was the low. I mean, the bias was so clear, and the low has got tested. So that means a lot of traders out there, they're exiting out of the trade. Potentially, they're exiting out of the trade because they have hit their targets. Because this lower low is a visual target. They're obviously going to secure something. You know, we never know. And in this game of trading, I mean, the one who's the fastest survives, and everybody wants to be fast, right? Everybody wants to be fast. So I mean, have to be on alert because it's Monday, and you don't want to take a late trade. You don't want to be at the party very late, right? You want to be at the party early and see when you can get the chance to dance. That's the idea. All right, so Kevin here says it didn't create that lower low for the previous 2 candles. That's true. Because guess what? This is pre-New York, and pre-New York is the preparation for the New York session, right? So some of the times pre-New York price movements, they give a sign for the price action that's going to happen in the coming session. But again, at the same time, in pre-New York, the prices retrace to the previous premium levels to grab the discounted price before the prices in the New York market could move. So we have to wait and see on a higher time frame perspective, such as 4 hours, you know why? Because the 4-hour candle is bullish right now, and the 4-hour candle is going to close in the next 2 hours. That means the 4-hour candle has enough time to retrace up before heading down. It has enough time to retrace up before heading down. So, I mean, have to be careful. To be honest, anybody who's buying, just be on high alert of risk management. That's all. Now, at this point in time, look at this. The hourly candle is actually grabbing liquidity from a whole bunch of liquidity from the downside, and it's pretty obvious. If this hourly candle closes bullish, there's a high chance the next candle or the next coming candle could actually push up. But the overall momentum is bearish. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually look into gold at this point in time and see what's happening in gold. Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold on an hourly sort of a time frame is rangy. On a 4-hour time frame, I mean, it's rejecting the bottom at this point in time. Previous 4-hour, this current 4-hour candle also hasn't moved anywhere. So here's another thing, right? So for risk management, this is one of the rules I've learned over time. If you're trading on some sort of time frame and you've taken a position or you're anticipating a position, if the candles doesn't move anywhere in that given time frame, just get out of the position. That's one of the best ways to manage risk. Get out of the position. If the candle's not moving in that given time frame, that means the supply of I would say buy and sell, the supply of bid of buying and selling is not that dynamic. Because the prices move only when there's fluctuations, right? And we need that fluctuations for the price to move in some sort of direction. So in that given time frame, if the prices doesn't move anywhere, get out of there. definitely get out of there, especially when it's moving against you. So right now, I mean, GJ is just retracing. I mean, it's, to be honest, today is it's only going to be a matter of calling it a day early or something. I'm going to be here answering questions. If anybody has some sort of question, I'll answer the question. Otherwise, I'm just browsing today. It's the browsing day for me. Yeah, GBPJPY looks good for buys. Dun dun dun. The range on the upside is in about 14 pips. Interesting. 14 pips range. There's hourly support. On a 30-minute, it's ranging side by side, but hourly looks so clear. If this hourly candle closes bullish in the next 7 minutes, man, there's a high chance GBPJPY is going to push up. Structure-wise, there's a high chance it's going to push up. Or there's even a chance that, you know what, this brother candle closes bullish with a long wick on the downside. The next brother candle, sister candle, or whatever brother candle that is actually going to make a wick something like this, something similar to this, and is going to push up later. All right, so Kevin says, do you know how to clear all drawings on MT4? Yes. Kevin, so what you got to do is you have to click on the screen. You have to press Control B. That's going to open up all the objects, and you can select all the objects and just delete. Our clueless trader says, which broker? So if you're asking me what brokerage I use two brokerages. I use Dominion Market, and I got another brokerage, but I'm not going to share the name because I don't like these guys, but I have to use them. So, but I'm not going to share the name. But Dominion Market is good. I mean, you have to, obviously, as a trader, you have to choose something that's going to fit your lifestyle, fit your way of deposit and withdrawal. But obviously, Dominion Markets has been my top choice for now. So obviously, look at this. So the candles are retracing pretty much, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, this was the early trade I took, so I'm going to remove everything. Remove everything. Remove everything. Remove everything. Remove everything. Dun, dun, dun. Perfect. That's why you shouldn't get in the party late. If you get in the party late, that's what happens, right? I've secured my profits already. I've done my things for the day. Now, this is it. All right, Kevin, hopefully you found how to clear all the drawings on MT4. Right? So just press Control B on the screen, and the drawing's going to show up, select, and delete. That's all. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. I like to show up fashionably late, though. I did. Thank you. Yeah, it's not a good idea to show up late. You got to be early at your work. Yeah, that's something I've learned. You got to be early at your work. I mean, at the beginning, a lot of traders treat trading FX as a hobby or just for fun. But later down the road, if you really want to be successful, you should be early at work. Honestly, really early. And it's actually amazing because I'm in Australia, right? I get a chance to see 3 of the session in the most comfortable way. I wake up, I exercise, eat my food, I sit down on my computer, I get to experience Asian session before the market opens up. And I do my things over the day. I finish my projects, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, working in the team, we got a lot of projects going on. We do that, right? So we do that. And what happens, I get to experience London session. I get a chance to, see London session. And why not, right? And again, at the same time, I spend my day. And at the end of the day, we do the stream. I get to experience New York session too. And I get to experience 3 of these sessions in the earliest convenience. And it has helped me a lot. So that's the idea. Alrighty. And bum. So Kevin says, I live in Eastern Zone. What time do you think would be good for me to start looking at charts for New York session? You're going to wake up at 6:30 at least. At least 6:30. At least 6:30. Kevin, at least 6:30. And there's a reason why. There is a reason why. A lot of traders, they wake up at 6. Can you believe it? Who live in New York? Whoever lives in like Eastern Zone. A lot of my friends in my circle, they live in They live in Eastern zones too, Eastern time zones, and they wake up at 6. Some of them 6:30. I mean, at least 6:30. Alrighty. Bum, 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 bum. And we are still waiting. We are still waiting. Our 2-hour candle closing in the next 1 minute. So I have to see how the 2-hour candle is going to close. And then. 1-hour candle. Wow, look at the hourly candle. Grabbing all this liquidity from the downside. I mean, interesting, isn't it? It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. All right. So I was muted the whole time. So I was muted the whole time. Man. Man, oh man. So looks like yeah, that's right. I was muted the whole time. Anyways. Anyways. Anyways-o. And pound yen still looking bearish. I mean, the current 4-hour candle is sort of like hanging around that area. Let's look at the 2-hour candle and see what's happening. Previous 2-hour candle closed dodgy, almost sort of like a dodgy body, still hanging around that area. I mean, for the price to push down on a higher time frame too, we need some sort of resistance. That's pretty clear. But on the other hand, 1-hour candle made some sort of support around this area, and it's hanging around here. So what I'm expecting out of the candles is, if this is to happen, the London market grabbed its premium price, pushed the prices down. New York market, what are the chances? What are the chances New York market will want its premium price before the prices could drop down? I mean, pretty high, pretty high. So I have to wait for a while and see what's going to happen. I'm going to be here for only like 5 to 7 minutes after the bank open, because obviously my day is all done and there's no business hanging around, because the longer anybody hangs around the market, I mean, there's a higher chance he or she will place a trade because of he or she's itchy hand, you know. I'm definitely disciplined, but again, at the same time, sometimes you can't trust the itchy hand. The itchy hands. Right now, pound yen just ranging side by side, nothing except for range. Yeah, looks like gold is bearish here. Mr. Gold is breaking lows. Yeah, gold is pretty bearish. Mr. Gold is pretty bearish. Yep, pound AUD moving up. Beautiful. All right, Sun is saying good morning. Good morning, Sun. Good morning. Looks like Sun is late for work. You showed up late, Sun. Yeah, I mean it's pretty still right now. The market's pretty still. And I think, yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Quick calling it a day, you know, because obviously I'm taking my profits today. So if there's any question, guys, so it looks like today is a question and answer round. If anybody has any sort of question, I can answer it. I mean, just ask the question. Question and answer day. Yeah, it looks like gold is pushing down here. So if this 15-minute candle manages to close below, I would say below 1772.30. If the 15-minute candle manages to close below, man, there's a higher chance it's gonna push down because there's a clear traffic on the downside. And the most recent price action is a bearish price action from a resistance, rejecting the range. I mean, rejecting the top. Look at the wick. Look at the wick on the current 15-minute candle, right? So it clearly tells you that, you know what, it's rejecting the top. It's clearly rejecting the top. Ooh, GJ pushing up at this point of time. So looking at the way the previous hourly candle closed, I mean, there's a high chance it's going to push up. Looking at the way previous hourly candle closed, ooh, look at this. And as we talked about, the New York market is not happy about the price push down. So it wants to grab its premium price. And we are not sure exactly when it's going to push down. If it's going to push down in this session or around NYSE or throughout the New York session. So, I mean, it's doing what we expected. I mean, you know, we were expecting the price to push up, obviously. So maybe one of the rejection points will be 151.750. So I've taken my sells and secured profits. So this is a good idea. For anybody who's in a buy, just be alert on risk management. That's all I can say. Nothing else except for risk management. Kevin says, took a buy at 572. Let's hope for the best. Yep, man, I think you should start securing. Kevin, I think you should start securing. If you took a position around 572, I mean, you must be in 10, 12 pips profit, right? 10 pips in profit, just start securing, to be honest. Because structure-wise, you gotta be alert. To be honest, you gotta be alert. If it's gonna push up with pre-New York volume, amazing. Ooh. Look at this. Oh my God. And it has pushed pretty heavy. So let's see if this is a premium price grab, right? So I've taken my sales. I'm happy with my profit. At this point in time, the 4-hour candle breaking the previous 4-hour candle was high. Looks like the prices could even go higher, around 151.880 even. Beautiful. Whoever took a buy, I mean, it worked for you guys. Beautiful. It's just amazing. All right. So Kevin says, try to secure parachutes, but the MT4 said hedge is prohibited. Oh no. So I closed the whole position. That's good. That's good that you close whole position, man. That's actually pretty good. At least you secured something, you know. What does that mean though? I think what you did was when you closed partials, what did you do? Did you go to the auto modifier or something? Did you go to the auto modifier? Because sometimes when you put in wrong parameters, that's what it says. When you put in wrong inputs, that's what it says. I click the quick sell at the top left for, oh, you have to say close. close volume, not sell, you have to press the close volume. That's what it is. So that's why it's said in the same position you're not allowed to hedge. So Kevin is saying, can I close an order partially on MT4? Yes, you must be. You must be allowed. I mean, I don't know if the brokerage has some sort of funny in their MT4, but usual MT4 and MT5, it allows you to close the partials. It does allow you. You just click on the order, right click on the order, or double click on the order. It's going to open up the order modifier, and you put in your required volume, and you just close the volume. Pretty easy. Amateur trader mistakes. Yep. That's what it is. You know what they say in the textbook? It takes 1,000 to 2,000 trades for a trader to say that, you know what, I've learned how to put a trade. 1,000 to 2,000. I mean, some of the people obviously they find the clue, they learn in a really fast pace, but in the textbook they say 1,000 to 2,000 trades. So trading is a long process, you know. You gotta learn. You gotta learn the basics of putting in a trade. I mean, getting out of a trade, and yeah, 1,000 to 2,000 trades. Right now, it's pretty rangy. For me, the market's pretty rangy. So 5 to 7 minutes after the market open, I'm going to call it a day, obviously, as we talked about. All right, so Kevin says, do you know how to see May trades I've taken in MT4? Do you know how to see May trades? How many trades I've taken in MT4? You just got to go to the history. You know, just go to the history and just right click on the history and say all history, and you will see all of the trades. Just go to the tab called history, and you can press Control T as well. And on the history tab, just click right click and say all history or custom period, and it's going to tell you how many trades you took. I think you have to count the number. You have to count the numbers. That's what I think. I mean, you should know how many trades you took, Kevin. Come on. What you say? You got to know the numbers, man. You cannot just put on trades, right? So you got to know the numbers. You got to know the numbers. All right, so Kevin says, I've recently started using MT4. About a week ago, was using the normal platform for a few months. Okay, so you were using something else? What were you using? Just the normal OND platform, not the MT4. Oh, okay. Yeah, they say MT5 is the best. You know, to be honest, I use MT5. I no longer use MT4. MT4 is the outdated Metacode software. You know, they don't even provide updates. They don't even provide support for MT4 anymore. So I just use MT5. 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 Wow. Yeah, I think Oanda has MT5. That's what I think. They must. You know, they are pretty big brokerage. It's a pretty heavy, big size brokerage. I mean, they should support MT5. All right, so the market's going to open up in the next 19 minutes. It's going to be interesting. We will see how the market's going to push the prices in pound, yen, and gold. It's actually going to be a show here. All right. So Kevin says, seems like it's only available to Oanda users in Japan. Ooh, that's odd. That is odd, isn't it? Probably just write them an email saying, hey man, I don't want to use MT4. If you give me MT5, I'm going to stick around. Otherwise, it's not looking good. Just tell them that. All right, so we are in about 17 minutes away from the market open at this point in time. 17 minutes. So looking for selling opportunity in gold below 1772.30. Let's see if the gold is going to push down. It's actually going to be interesting. All right, the previous 15-minute candle closed dodgy. I mean, there's still a higher chance for the price to push through, fill the wick, and push down. So let's see what's going to happen in the next 15 minutes. I think the prices in gold, it's holding up to the market open. Once the market opens up, I think the orders are going to fill and push the price through. That's what I think. I think the prices are going to push the candles down in gold. And on pound yen, I think it's going to push even higher, all the way to 151.880. But I mean, I'm not going to take any trade on pound yen because my bias is a sell. If it's going to push up, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me at this point in time. You know, I took a sell, secured profit. At this point in time, for me, it's just retracing, trying to flush out the traders who entered around Asian, London, and it's just doing its job right now. So I'm going to wait for gold. Let's see if I can take sells. I mean, if it's going to make sense, beautiful. Let's see what's going to happen. Just waiting. Mr. Gold is pushing through. Jackie M on YouTube says, GJ, 5 minutes, suddenly no volume. Yes. So the 5 minute is just going side by side. It's like doing the consolidation pattern. And it's rejecting 151.750 at this point in time, GJ. So I think it's going to push down. Let's see what's going to happen. Is the New York market happy about this price, or is it about to push even higher? I mean, we talked about this idea the whole session. It's going to be interesting how the market's going to move. But I'm expecting some selling sort of a scenario on gold, obviously. I mean, it's pushing through. Oh, I think I'm gonna be late in the party in gold. That's what I think. I think I'll be late in the party. Yeah, I think it's going to push through. It's going to push through. And in about 11 minutes away from the market open. Yep, gold is going to push through. I think 1769.80 is the target for gold here. And I'm late in the party, and I don't want to enter in the party pretty late. So the party started around here. The party started around here or even around here. I mean, I'm too late for the party now. But it's going to push down. 1769.80 is the target for gold. 1769.80. Yep. Gold's gonna push through. 7 minutes away from the market open. Four minutes away from the market open. 4 minutes open. 4 minutes left for the market open. 4. All right, so on YouTube, Vedatanic says EU please. I don't know what that means. If you want me to look at any so he wants me to look at Euro USD. All right, so if you want me to look at Euro USD, you got to send me a chart first, and I'll tell you what I think about Euro USD. I will definitely tell you what I think about Euro USD if you send me a chart. If you send me a chart, if you send me an idea, I can definitely have a look at it. Yeah, Euro USD pretty bearish. Pretty bearish. Pretty bearish. Euro USD is pretty bearish. So right now, for me, the main attraction is gold. I mean, I'm waiting for gold. Gold's price action looks like it's going to push down all the way through till 1769.80. So kind of waiting for that, and want to see how the pound yen's candles are going to react around 151.750. And after that, it's just going to be a matter of calling it a day, because it has been a beautiful day for me today. A beautiful day. So we will see. We will see. Yeah, it looks like 1769.80 is going to be hit. And pound yen is retracing at this point in time. Looks like pound yen is rejecting that 151.750 level. So let's see how this hourly candle is going to close. Looks like this was the premium grab for New York. If that is the case, is it going to push down with volume? Let's see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. Next few seconds. 4-hour candles bullish, 2-hour candles hanging around, 1-hour candle rejecting the top. Ooh, and this is the market open right here. This is the market open. Previous 30-minute candle closed bearish, rejecting that 151.750 sort of a level. And let's look at gold and see what's happening in gold. My bias in gold is still a bearish bias. So let's see what's going to happen. Ooh, and we are pushing down. Gold is pushing down with volume here, right here. Looks like pound AUD is returning back in the range. So here's the thing, right? So for example, if I have to erase everything, for example, let's erase this. And if I have to draw a line here, if this was the recent resistance that the price broke, I would call this 151.645. Now, if this candle was the first candle that broke above, this candle closed bearish, retesting the previously broken support area, and we are coming back in the range. Now, if any of this candle, let's say 15, 30, if any of the 15 or 30-minute candles starts closing below 151.645, there's a high chance the candles in GJ could push even lower, because this was only a liquidity grab sort of action on the top. So my bias is still a sell. If a 15-minute candle closes below 151.645, GJ is going to continue down even lower. And looks like the party is on already. I think the volume is going to push the prices down pretty hard. Have to see a 15-minute candle close below 151.645. Let's see how this 5-minute candle is going to close in pound yen. Yep, pound yen, I think it's going to push down. And gold is retracing pretty heavy at this point in time. Gold is retracing pretty heavy. Hourly candle. Hourly candle has retraced pretty significantly. So retesting the previously broken support area. I mean, is this going to be a fake out, or is the price going to reject the top and it's actually going to head down? It's an interesting question here. Yep, GJ is going to push down here. So New York market grabbed its premium price and showed no volume on the upside. Candles actually closing side by side at this point in time. Broke the range on the bottom side, came back below 151,645, and there's a higher chance the prices could continue even lower. Right now, showing promises to close below, but have to see how this hourly candle is going to react, or how this hourly candle is actually finally going to act around. Right, so let's see what's going to happen in the next few minutes. We are still in that high volume, high volatility sort of a arena right now, so we'll see. All right, so Sun says, if the current candle breaks its own low on gold, would sells be a good option? I mean, so the most recent price action is from a resistance, right? Obviously, prices rejected the bottom as well at the same time, and this is high volume time. So if the candles are to close below 1773.50, I think there's a higher chance it's going to close below. It's going to push below. So have to see if the volume is on our side. That's all at this point in time, because this is the high volume session time, you know. And if the candles are to push low, breaking the low is a good sign. But right now, it's retracing back in the range. Back in the range. Retracing pretty much. No worries, son. Yep, GJ is going to push even lower. GJ is going to push even lower. Pretty simple. Oh, wow. GJ is flipping. Current hourly candle is actually flipping. Wow. Interesting. Wowie kawaii.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school.
GJ is ranging. It's a good idea to stay out of this sort of market right now. 100%.
Yeah.
Good idea to stay out of this sort of market right now because this is pretty uncertain, right? So what's happening? I mean, there's no volume. There's volume. What's happening? All right. I think I'm going to call it a day here. I mean, I've secured my profit, so it's a good idea to call it a day, right? It's a good idea to call it a day. Yep, looks like pound yen wants to hang around there. So it's a good idea to stay out of this sort of market. You know, obviously, if you're in any sort of position, just manage it. Be risk alert. And that's all I have to say. I think I'm going to call it an early day. Take it easy, everybody, and have a beautiful day. All right? Don't overtrade. Don't over risk. And be disciplined. That's all I can say. If you want to be successful, be disciplined, man. Whatever you're doing, just be successful. Just be disciplined. And you will definitely be successful. You know, define your rules. And that's it. Our Kevin says, have a good day. Good one, my man. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. Have a good one, you too. Take care. I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, take it easy. We'll come back tomorrow. You know, we'll come back tomorrow. And obviously, my trade that I took today was too early. Look at this. So we actually gave it out in my group. This was the position, right? It was given early to my group, and a sell was below 151.550 was called out, and I took the sell. And that was the trade. This was long back before the stream. And this is my profits from the Asian session, and this is my profits from the pre-New York. So 4 of the positions from pre-New York, and this is what happened. This is what happened. Beautiful. So sometimes you just have to call it an early day. You know, if I'm going to stay in front of the chart, maybe my itchy hands, my itchy fingers are going to make me take a trade, and I don't want to take a trade. I don't want to take a trade. I want to call it a day because I've secured my profits. That's it. So the position was pretty early. Sometimes the market moves early, so that's a good advantage when you show up early to the market. It's like you know what's happening and what to expect. You can sketch your plan. And this chart is one of the most simplest chart you can see ever. To be honest, this is one of the most simplest chart ever. I simply looked at the lower low. My bias was bearish. My sell was just around here, below this level, marked out. And anybody who would have got this would have taken the trade, 100%. And then later the trade worked. Beautiful. And thank you guys. Thank you for coming in and having a good time. Obviously, don't over risk or don't over leverage. Be disciplined, and that's all I can say. Be disciplined. I can only try and motivate you guys to be positive. So Muhammad says, is your group a paid one? I mean, yeah, we're working on the project still. It's only for limited members for now. I'm trying to build a mentorship platform. I actually want to help guys personally. You know, there are some of the guys who've been approaching me on Instagram and from YouTube. They've been connecting with me and they want to learn. And some of the guys are from my hometown, and they really want to learn what's up with this. And I can help them. So why not, right? So this group here particularly is a paid one. But if you're a Market Fluidity member, contact me and we will take care of you. No problems. Kevin says, did you enter once candle closed or impulse? So I will tell you this. So the first position was a impulse entry, and as the trade progressed, so for example, look at this. I'll show you exactly what happened. Dun, dun, dun. Look at this. So if you see here, so the first position was dun, 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 dun. Actually, so it's only this profit screenshot is only telling me when I exited, right? So look at this. If you look at the time, this is the same time I exited the trade. Same time I exit the trade. So I was happy with the profits. I was like, oh man, let's just get out of here. But my sequence of entry for this position was something like this. So first entry was a impulse entry. Once the price started rejecting the top, I took an impulse entry. Obviously, the structure was there, everything was there, and as the candle closed, my bias got even stronger. But for the next candle retraced up, made a top wick, and that was a better sign for me. So what I did was, once the candle started flipping bearish, I started compounding. I started adding more position because I was more confident in it, and that's why I have a big profit for today. I mean, I obviously don't suggest compounding, but that was the idea. Look at this. First entry and compound. Just compound. Bang, bang, bang. But this was beautiful. Yep. So we will talk about it. You know, I haven't launched. We haven't. So it's not just one person's work. This one it's all about teamwork. So we got a big team behind this peeling mindset community. It seems as if we are just working on YouTube, but there's a lot more going at the back, and we want to make it big, and we want to start this big movement. Obviously, you know, we want to help a lot of people as well at the same time. And this is going to be one of the most affordable, one of the most friendliest, one of the most interactive community out there, to be honest. Is that we send chart every session. New York, London, Asian, everything. Even the London session. Bang, bang, bang. Look at this. This was one of the top quality trades we took today. This was from Motsev. This trade was called out from Motsev's terminal, and this was beautiful. Pound USD worked. You know, it just works. Beautiful. And yeah, this was beautiful. Beautiful. Da-da-da. And this was the chart analysis given live. And it was pretty beautiful. Anyways, so I'm going to call it a day, guys. I will let you guys know when we launch, obviously. When we launch, you guys can obviously join in. And for the first exclusive members, it's going to be different, man. I'm going to take care of them. You know, I'm going to help them personally, and it's going to be amazing. All right, so for now, I want you guys to have a beautiful day, and I'm going to call it a day. Take it easy. We'll come back the next day, and we'll have a good time. Until then, take it easy.